the early 1940s, amusement parks were very hazardous and put their customers in a lot of danger. By the end of the 1940s, many parks were worn down by deterioration and disrepair due to the effects of the Great Depression, World War II, and its immediate aftermath. During this same period, the concept of themed amusement parks began to take root in ideas developed by various organizations. But in the mid-1950s, a man named Walt Disney had a great vision to change the entertainment industry and was ready to fix these problems by creating a safe and happy environment within amusement parks. Walt Disney's vision to create the world's most unique family theme park became a reality in 1955 with the opening of Disneyland, which represented a turning point in the world of destination entertainment. This vision continues to inspire theme park developers to this day. Walt Disney was born on December 5, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. As a young boy, Disney began to sketch pictures and became very interested in trains. Drawing animals became his favorite hobby and led to his interest in animation. In 1910, the family moved to Kansas City. He and his sister often visited Electric Park, which would end up influencing the design of Disneyland. In the 1920s, Disney started creating short cartoon films known as laughograms. Here is where he created such characters as Mickey Mouse, Pluto, and Goofy. The creation of such characters and their instant success was Walt's first real influence on the entertainment industry, and these characters have remained iconic figures in the world of entertainment to the present day.
We're here at the Walt Disney Family Museum in San Francisco with Jeffrey Moffat, an employee at the museum. What do you think Disney's biggest impact on the world of entertainment is?
I think his biggest impact on the world of entertainment is that he really embraced change all throughout his career. From when he first came up with the idea of Mickey Mouse, sound was starting to become popular in movies and cartoons, and he jumped right on that. He wanted to make sound an important part of that first series of Mickey Mouse.
Do you think that will be a lasting impression on future generations as well?
I think so. As more people learn about Walt Disney, as well as other visionaries like Apple founder Steve Jobs, he was a gentleman who really embraced change too. So when people look to those visionaries, they discover that change isn't something to fear necessarily. It's something to understand and to incorporate.
While enjoying his success as the foremost animator in the entertainment industry, Walt once took his daughters to an amusement park and watched them run around amongst many other visitors to the park. Walt couldn't help but notice that most of the children and adults around him were not as happy as they should be at an amusement park and the environment around them. The rides were unimaginative, old and dirty, and in some cases unsafe. When asked years later, it is here that Walt Disney said he first got the idea to reform amusement parks and create a better environment where people of all ages could not only enjoy themselves but also enjoy their surroundings. When I started on Disneyland, my wife used to say, "But why do you want to build an amusement park? They are so dirty and unsafe." I told her, that was the point. Mine wouldn't be. He began constructing the park in his mind, hoping that one day he could bring his ideas into visual reality. The idea of Disneyland is a simple one. It will be a place for people to find happiness and knowledge. It will be a place for parents and children to share pleasant times in one another's company. A place for teachers and pupils to discover greater ways of understanding and education. The theme park known as Disneyland officially opened on July 18, 1955. Under Walt Disney's meticulous care, imagination and fantasy became the most important ingredients in the amusement park experience, creating in effect something wholly different than what came before. Noted designer James Rouse once said, "Disneyland took an area of activity, the amusement park, and lifted it to a standard so high in its performance that it really became a thing of its own." Every ride or attraction that Disney designed was based on an idea or place that were unique to his life. For example, one of the original rides at Disneyland was Thunder Mountain Railroad. Disney got his inspiration for this ride while living in Sedona, Arizona, in the 1940s and 50s.
By September 18, 1955, just a mere 2 months after its opening, Disneyland had already welcomed over 1 million visitors. Former International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions president Carl Hughes said this, "Well, we now have the benefit of hindsight. In 1945, who would have believed anything as industry-changing as Disneyland would come along 10 years later. Not that Walt Disney saved the outdoor amusement industry, but he awakened it to new greatness and brightness, much as color changed the movies. And along with the industry, the association, too, has grown not just in numbers, but also in services to its members. The creation and opening of Disneyland had the most significant impact on the family travel industry than any other single entity ever seen before. When the park first opened, admission was $1. However, it was $2.50 every 8 rides you went on. In 1982, visitors began to pay one single admission that granted access to all attractions. The cost was $12 for a single-day admission. Today, a single-day admission costs $87 per person. Before the opening of Disneyland, families would usually only visit amusement parks that were within driving distance of their homes and would rarely, if ever, make an amusement park their destination vacation. Prior to the opening of Disneyland, it was virtually unheard of for a family to spend more than one consecutive day at an amusement park. Walt Disney's vision led to his philosophy of wanting to keep the visitors on the property by building an entire family entertainment complex complete with hotels, restaurants, and other attractions. This philosophy and the unparalleled success of Disneyland led to another groundbreaking event, the opening of the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida in 1971. Today, the average length of consecutive day family visits to Disneyland in California is 3, and Disney World in Florida is 4. Disneyland is not just another amusement park. It's unique, and I want to keep it that way. The impact of Disney and the magical land he created has influenced people across the world for years and still continues to today. Amusement park designers and builders were inspired by Disney's work and success and used many of his ideas to create and improve their amusement park. Disneyland is often called a magic kingdom because it combines fantasy and history, adventure and learning, together with every variety of recreation and fun designed to appeal everyone. Parks are now safe and enjoyable because of the amusement park evolution that Disney began. Through the years, Walt Disney often spoke of how all of his success couldn't possibly be accomplished by just one man. Disney once said, "I am in no sense of the word a great artist, not even a great animator. I have always had men working for me whose skills were greater than my own. I am the idea man." Today, the Walt Disney World Resort is the largest single-site employer in the United States, employing over 60,000 cast members. What is your favorite part of working for the Disney company?
My favorite part of working for the Disney Museum has been conversations like these. Not necessarily on camera, but just person to person, because when people talk about Walt Disney, you see that they become a child at heart again, if they aren't already. And getting to reconnect them with those good memories of Walt, whether through his television shows, his movies, his theme parks, the books that people wrote about him, it's being able to enable happiness for people, and that's really something special.
Hundreds of thousands of people have worked to make Disney's dream come true and touch millions of hearts of people around the world. However, the Walt Disney Company remains today one of the most highly protected enterprises in the world because of all the million-dollar ideas being turned into visual reality. Walt Disney's vision for his theme park largely impacted the entertainment industry and still affects it today. Not even Disney himself could have ever imagined the impact that his vision would have on so many. Disney is a legendary historical figure who will always be remembered and commemorated for creating a whole new world of magical entertainment which before his time was unimaginable. And while every child dreams of going to the most magical place on earth, it remains a place for not only children, but for all people from all aspects of life. Walt Disney died on December 15, 1966. However, his vision continues to live on through the magic he created and the people who follow. The philosophy of Walt Disney continues to be carried out today by the Disney Company in their development and creation of ideas that sometimes may take up to 10 years to be implemented. Disney parks will continue to evolve, and Walt Disney will always be credited with an amazing creation that has changed the destination entertainment industry and families' lives forever.